A big fight feel. You can just feel the emotions. There is so much rich history between John Cena and Randy Orton. And it's all about that very title that is being held up by senior official Chad Patton. I don't know if anybody saw it or was paying attention, but if you saw the graphic of some of the highlights of Cena's illustrious career, legendary to say the least. This is his 81st televised world title match. Do you know how incredible that is? To have been involved on screen 81 times challenging for a world championship. And Randy Orton, it is the hometown hero. Will he win the championship in his hometown? As these two face off for one last time, a chance to tear the house down for the last time that we ever get to see these two square off against each other. These two have competed in some of the most iconic matches in WWE history. One that stands out, Breaking Point, 2009, in their I Quit match. And what everybody can remember is that STF using the handcuff to his advantage, where John Cena would force Randy Orton to say the words as Randy Orton was struggling for his life, being choked out with his own arm, as Randy Orton could see the key to unhook the handcuff, but Orton couldn't make it, and with no choice. It's just so interesting to see how far these two have come on the opposite sides of the spectrum now. Orton, nobody was cheering Orton at the time. All of a sudden, in an alternate universe that we live in today, where John Cena is the bad guy and Randy Orton is the good guy. Oh, John Cena faked out Randy Orton going for a handshake, but a thumb to the eye. John Cena playing mind games with Randy Orton. But I don't know how wise that was, because Randy Orton can repay the favor. Randy Orton learned from the best. Randy Orton, once upon a time, under the wing of the 16-time world champion, WWE Hall of Famer, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, who John Cena surpassed his record back at WrestleMania, defeating the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. And John Cena now gets back into the ring as these two tie up, collar and elbow. And Randy Orton with a side headlock on the champion, looking to ground John Cena. It's crazy to think Randy Orton, nearly 300 pounds. There's a point where Cena and Randy Orton were similar in stature and muscle. But Randy Orton took the time during his recovery and his road back after dealing with after having to do double back fusion surgery. He took the time, put in the work to come back in the best shape of his entire life. And he is one heck of a beefy boy. And right now it's Randy Orton who has John Cena grounded down to the mat. But Cena, of course, a veteran, much like Randy Orton, keeping his shoulder up so that there's no pinfall counted. And Randy Orton and John Cena, who've gone at it for so many years, going back to when they started together in OVW, to their previous match from this back in 2017. 8 years ago was the last time we saw these two. 8 years. And now 8 years later, we only get to see them one more time. And now Cena's just going to leave? After all that, we finally get Cena and Orton, and Cena's just going to leave. The never give up hustle loyalty. And Randy Orton meets Cena from behind. But one thing you shouldn't make any mistake about is this version of Randy Orton. You know, it's not much different from any of his previous versions. He's more dangerous than ever. He has a lot of experience. But he also has a lot more appreciation for this, for his time. After nearly having his career ended with a major back injury, Randy Orton is appreciating what he has. And a man who can appreciate what they have is always going to be stronger than a man who appreciates nothing. And that's where John Cena has been with this attitude adjustment of his. How ironic is it? A man who's used a finishing move called an attitude adjustment, only to have an attitude adjustment during the last year of his career to hate absolutely everything and turn his back on the WWE universe. From Make-A-Wish to Break-A-Wish, John Cena shattered the hearts of millions around the world who looked up to him. John Cena literally has the world record for most Make-A-Wishes granted. Do you know how many kids John Cena's had a positive impact on? And to just end all that and to just make it seem like none of it even mattered. And Randy Orton just nailing Cena with nearly 20 punches. And a European uppercut from the Viper. And Orton now going for a cover on Cena. Lateral press. Cena kicks at it too. And, you know, Orton wasn't really expecting to get the win there. But the more covers you go for, your opponent has to exert energy to kick out. On top of the fact it's just mind games. John Cena tried to play mind games with Orton early on, but if there's anybody who knows about mind games, it's Randy Orton. We've seen some of the most vicious attacks in WWE history at the hands of this man. Orton, who's been a legend killer, taking out the likes of Hulk Hogan, Sergeant Slaughter, Mick Foley, his own mentor, Triple H. He's done a lot. Randy Orton has done a lot in this industry, much like John Cena. Parallel paths. But Randy Orton had a different start than John Cena. There was a lot more drive in the beginning of John Cena's career than there was for Randy Orton. Randy Orton had to find his path, his career. And Randy Orton would follow in the footsteps of his father and grandfather in becoming a pro wrestler. And more specifically, following in his father's footsteps by becoming a WWE superstar. Let's not forget about, the early mid 80s, the time that Cowboy Bob Orton, the father of Randy Orton, spent with Roddy Piper and their goings with the Hulkster, Hulk Hogan, and Mr. T. And John Cena, who gets caught in a sleeper by Randy Orton and has his arms, those huge arms, wrapped around the neck of the 17-time world champion. And it's Randy Orton who's got Cena. John Cena, one of his own. And a backdrop suplex. Both men who are brought down. Who is going to catch the other by surprise? And, you know, it's interesting because whoever thought that anybody was ever going to break the record of Ric Flair, but when it comes down to it, it eventually became apparent that Cena had the opportunity and Cena took it. It's as simple as that. And the spin slam by John Cena. And John Cena obviously not going to give the fans what they want. With a little bit of "you can't see me" and a 5-knuckle shuffle for Randy Orton. And now Cena measuring up the Viper, looking for it. But Orton, who scouted it, these two know each other way too well for that to happen right then and there. And now it's Orton who's looking to pick up the pace. Snap power slam takes down Cena. Cena, who would love to retire as champion, but Orton doing everything he can to fight and make sure that does not happen. To win the title in his hometown would be a big moment for Randy Orton to earn his 15th championship. Oh, Randy Orton was looking for that patented DDT of his, but Cena countered first with a roll-up, and now looking for an STF on Randy Orton, who's trying to fight through and block it from being fully locked in. John, who's got it locked in. Randy Orton trying to make it to the bottom rope. Can he do it? Can he make it? And now kicks back Cena. And looking for it. Patented DDT by Randy Orton, and it connects. And Randy Orton now going to recuperate. And Randy Orton, who's shrugging it off. Randy Orton's about to go to that place you don't want to be if you're across the ring, if you're the opponent of Randy Orton. When Randy Orton goes to this place, it is not a good look for his opponents whatsoever. But Cena blocked the RKO. Cena now looking for the attitude adjustment. Boy, countered into an RKO. But both men are down. Randy Orton can't fully capitalize. I mean, they both took it. Cena went for the AA, Randy went for the RKO, but they both took a lot of impact on that, and it didn't fare well for either of them. Cena, who delivered the attitude adjustment while Randy Orton got the RKO. Basically canceling each other out as neither were able to capitalize on it. It's crazy how many years these two have gone to battle, and yet we see something new every time these two go at it. Boot to the midsection of Cena. Cena fights back with a shot of his own. Headbutt stuns Cena for that split second, but Cena returns the favor with a headbutt of his own. What's it going to take for either of these men to really get the upper hand on the other? But a big uppercut from Orton, and Cena coming back with a blow of his own. Cena, attitude adjustment out of nowhere to retain. Usually it's an RKO out of nowhere from Randy Orton, but that attitude adjustment literally came from out of nowhere. John Cena thought that was going to be it for that split second, but you know, he accepted it. He caught Orton off guard, but it was not enough to keep the Viper down for the 3. For all the years these two have competed against each other, Orton has kicked out of numerous attitude adjustments. Orton knows Cena's games, but does he know the game that Cena's playing these days? That's the question. Cena's playing a whole new game. With 3 title retentions already, Cena looking to make another one. Cena trying to hold on the top rope. And shoulder tackle from Cena. RKO out of nowhere! Can Randy capitalize? But it's Cena. Cena who rolled out of the way. Orton may have done some damage to his shoulder. It took a lot of Orton to go for that. Look at that RKO. So effortlessly is Randy Orton. Just for 25 years, Orton just absolutely incredible. If there's one way to end John Cena, I think Randy Orton's about to go to a place he may have to go. A legend killer vibe, but Cena gets out of the way. And Cena, attitude adjustment to retain. Oh, but Orton kicks out of another attitude adjustment. Orton said if when it comes down to it, I'm going to take my opportunity and go for a punt to Cena. But Cena was ready for it. Never share your game plan with your opponent. Never let them know your next move. And Randy Orton giving Cena a heads up that a punt was possible could be exactly what John Cena needed to realize that the moment that Randy Orton was going for it, that he was going to take his shot. And now it's Cena who is mocking Randy Orton. The way that Randy Orton coils up, Cena is doing the same thing. Cena's doing mind games that he's never done before up until this year. Cena enjoying every moment of the mind games. And now Cena looking for a punt. Moves out of the way. RKO. Oh, but Orton got sent to the official. It didn't seem that Cena intentionally sent Orton into the official. And now Cena has a third AA on Cena. But the thing is, the official Chad Patton has now been taken out. But Cena has a devious look in his eyes. That demented smirk. That cocky smile of the champion. Cody Rhodes wouldn't use the championship, and John Cena did. But now John Cena's going to look to do the same thing he did at WrestleMania. And John Cena plans to retire with the championship, but instead an RKO makes sure it doesn't happen. And a cover. Can he get to can the ref make it in time? Oh, but Cena kicks out. Not quite enough to keep Cena down for the 3. And now Cena wisely rolls to the outside onto the floor so Randy Orton cannot capitalize. What a last minute it's been. With the ref being taken out. Cena grabbing the title, looking to use it on Randy Orton. Then an RKO from the Viper. Just so much happened in this past minute. Cena, who is just out cold on the floor. Oh, boy. Randy Orton clearing the announce desk. And Randy Orton is about to really pick things up right now. You can hear the official telling Randy Orton not to do it. And now Cena, this time on purpose, sending Randy Orton into the referee. And Chad went headfirst into the steps. Cena sending Orton into the post. The official was trying to plead with Orton. It didn't work out well for Randy Orton. John Cena, who's seemingly a step quicker than Randy Orton. How the tables have turned after all these years. And John Cena looking to end Randy Orton, looking to humiliate Orton in front of his people, in front of his town. And John Cena looking for an attitude adjustment on to Randy Orton on the table. Randy Orton countered. Randy Orton now has Cena. IAA to Cena on the announce desk. Randy Orton giving Cena a taste of his own medicine. And the Viper who has struck. John Cena is laid out. And now everything's gone to chaos here by the announce area. And Cena, who's just laid out. John Cena being sent face first into the top of the table. What happens next? We're going to need another official. Chad is definitely out. What is Randy Orton thinking? You got to wonder what Orton's even looking for. And now Randy Orton grabs a table. The fans want tables. They're going to get a table. And now a table is being set up. Meanwhile, the official has been laid out. It was a rough landing for the official. And now John Cena being dragged over. And now it's Cena who's fighting back. And Cena looking for an AA to Randy Orton through the table. And Randy Orton. And an AA through the table. Through the table. And John Cena, who has been sent through the table. Gonna take a mid-match break, enjoy some Prime. WWE's official hydration drink. And through two tables has John Cena gone through at the hands of Randy Orton. And with no official, there's really nothing that, I mean, it's just become an absolute brawl at this point. And now Randy Orton sends Cena into the ring. But there's nothing that can be done about it. And this truly is awesome. And Randy Orton can't win the title if there's no official to make any count. It's all about the undisputed WWE Championship. Randy Orton, a 14-time world champion. Cena, a historic 17-time champion. And now it's Randy Orton who's getting coiled up for one final blow to Cena. But will it be? And an RKO. But there's no official. Wait. There's Eddie Arango. Oh, but Cena kicks out. Randy Orton thought he had it right there, but it just wasn't quite enough. Perhaps if Eddie Orengo had arrived a split second earlier, would we have a new world champion? Credit where credit is due. Cena is fighting through it. Cena is continuing to show willpower, whether you like him or not. And and Cena nails the second official. And another RKO. And another RKO. Oh, Randy Orton be champion if there was an official out here. Nick Aldis. Are we out of officials? I say that was a hard hitting RKO. Out. I don't know why Nick's not getting another ref. That'll be. Oh. It's an RKO party. RKO's for everybody. Bodies laid out everywhere. Don't blame Orton. Orton has completely gone ballistic. And now Orton is hearing those voices in his head. And Randy Orton, I can't blame him. You can't. No. Now Cena, who's defenseless. Randy Orton, who went for this punt earlier, now looks for it this time to end Cena's reign. One. What is this? R-Truth coming to the aid of his childhood hero. And an RKO to R-Truth. Truth, who's been a longtime fan. Oh, and a low blow. And Truth pretty much just cost Randy Orton the championship. Yep, there it is. And there it is. And now Cena has the title. And now it's right off the skull of Randy Orton. And now the official gets in the ring. Not this way. Not this way. And John Cena retains. I don't even know what to think of what we just saw. John Cena just taking a victory like that. I just hard to believe. Usually Randy Orton would be the one to take a victory like that, but John Cena has become desperate than ever to hold on to his championship, especially with it being his year of retirement on his farewell tour. John Cena going to extreme lengths to make sure that he leaves as champion. And that look in his eyes, it's just the way that John Cena could change from happy-go-lucky to just, I don't like you, and I hate everything. And I don't even want you to like me. You can like me all you want. You can respect me. That whole thing. But I don't care. I don't like you. Randy Orton got frustrated because Nick Aldis couldn't find another ref. And Randy Orton with an RKO to Aldis. And RKOs for everybody. Producers and executives taking RKOs. This is when Randy Orton was looking for the punt. And then R-Truth coming to save the day for his childhood hero, John Cena. And then an RKO for R-Truth. And a low blow from Cena to Orton. And then the title shot right across the skull to Randy Orton. And then it was the initial official, Chad Patton, getting back into the ring, crawling. Randy Orton was laid out after that shot to the skull with the title. And it was enough for the three. John Cena is still the undisputed WWE champion.